What's up, everybody? Today's conversation is going to be on how to fix that unbalanced muscle, how to fix that unbalanced side. What's up, everybody? What's up, YouTube? It's your boy. It's your favorite YouTuber in the world. I represent What's up, y'all? You heard the beginning. You heard the buffer, man. And not everybody. See, guys, what's up, guys? If you're new, thank you for subscribing. Thank you for following. Thank you, man, for coming on the channel. If you're an oldie but a goodie, welcome back. Thank you for tuning in. Thank you for watching. Thank you for Guys, this channel normally is about working out, putting on muscle, taking off fat, and just straight up looking good, man. Anyway, guys, thanks again for tuning in, guys. Here we go, man. Conversation today is you have an unbalanced body or an unbalanced muscle, meaning either you're right, let's just talk about triceps, biceps, whatever you like. Sometimes you have a stronger side on the right side, sometimes you have a stronger side on the left, depending on it all, and it all goes back to your childhood, man. If you're a basketball player, if you're a baseball player, you're consistently throwing with that left hand. Let's just say you're left-handed and you're consistently throwing with that left hand year after year after year. Your right hand, sure, gets a little bit of work, from catching a ball and stuff like that. But mostly, if you're like a baseball player and you're a pitcher, you're gonna be throwing the ball. It doesn't have to be a pitcher, an outfielder, whatever. You're always gonna be throwing the ball with the right. So you're right or you're left if you're left-handed. Your left hand is always gonna be it's always gonna be dominant. Football player, you're a quarterback. You're constantly using that left arm, right? And it goes with every sport. You're always going to use one arm more than the other. And that creates imbalances. That creates just imbalances, man. So, one arm is going to be bigger than the other, stronger than the other. And as you get older, because, you're writing, everything you do is with the right, or the left if you're left. Well, anyway, let's just talk about something now. You know what I'm saying? But you get my point. Everything you do, you're going to do with that strong arm. So once you start working out and you want to take those unbalances off, boy, you sure do notice that you're unbalanced. You sure don't notice that your strong arm, if you're left-handed, your strong arm is going to be stronger and it's going to have a lot more endurance than your other arm, than your weak arm. And how do you fix that? Well, for instance, I played basketball for a long time. I know, believe it or not, I played basketball. But, that shooting arm, that tricep always was stronger on my right side than it was on my left side. And it's only because of that, guys. It was not because of any of that stuff. It was straight up playing ball, man. Listen to me. I'm telling you, it's only because of playing ball, man. Come on, man. Get your head out of the gutter. Anyway, guys, so my tricep on the right is stronger than my left tricep. And I didn't like it. Same thing with my bicep. My bicep on the right is a little bit more mature than the left one. So mature meaning what? That it's a little bit more rounded, a little bit more fully figured, right? So it's a little bit more developed is probably a better word. So get the traps, Anyway, guys, so the question is, how do I bring up the weaker muscle? Well, you can do one of three things, okay? So number one, isolate that left arm. So when you're doing isolated movements, for instance, my left arm, right? Bicep, you're just moving your arm and you start with that arm. You start with that muscle. Like we're talking about biceps. So if you're doing a bicep curl, don't start with your strong arm. Start with the weak arm. Let your weak arm dictate the pace. Let your weak arm dictate the movement, the reps, the sets. Let it start, let it finish. So you always do the weak arm, the weak muscle first, okay? Isolation movements like bicep curls, okay? So you always start with that weak arm. Always start with that weak muscle and duplicate the sets, the reps with the strong arm. Never the other way around, because if you do it the other way around, you're just further advancing that unbalance, right? So you always start with the weak muscle first. Let it dictate everything. And you push that weak muscle first and you push it to the edge. You push it to failure. You always want to push everything as hard and as far as you can. And then you go to the strong arm and then you just follow it up, right? So if you do 12 reps, then you go to the right, the strong arm and you do 12 reps. That's one way of doing it, and you gotta do that over and over and over. You're not, because you're bringing up the weak arm, and you're not further developing that strong arm. So eventually, it'll start to balance off. Okay. okay? So that's one way you do it, by isolation movements, but you let the weak hand, the weak muscle, carry the workout, dictate the pace, dictate everything. And eventually, it'll somewhat balance itself. There's another way to do it, okay? Another way to do it is when you're doing, let's just say, bilateral movements, meaning both hands are engaging, like you're doing a curl, a preacher curl, for instance, and you're basically both hands, both biceps are engaged at the same time. What you need to do is you need to concentrate on that on that weak arm. You know that weak bicep is gonna, cause see, when you're doing a bilateral, meaning both muscles, both the right and the left are engaged, like a preacher curl, you're gonna want to tend to pull more with your strong arm, because that's just what it is. Your strong arm wants to pull more. So what you're gonna want to do, you're gonna want to concentrate on that left arm. You're gonna want to concentrate on that weak arm. So you're gonna also concentrate on it and let it dictate the movement, dictate the pace and the reps. Because, you know, obviously your strong arm is going to want to go more. But what you're going to want to do is you're going to be like, no. We're going to do whatever the weak side wants to do. So if that means just 10 reps and you're exhausted, then you stop. You know, if that burn is overwhelming at 9 reps, but that strong arm still wants to go, then you stop. You stop right there. And you do it over and over and over and over, guys. And that's eventually your weak arm will come up to the level of your strong arm. And that's pretty simple, guys. Pretty simple. Don't let your right arm or your strong arm dictate the pace, guys. I gave you guys a couple of tips. I hope you like those tips. They've worked for me. My right tricep is a lot stronger than my left tricep, but it's slowly but surely becoming the same. Slowly. It's almost to the point where my left arm, I actually prefer my weak arm now, but it actually looks better because I worked on it harder. Third tip, guys. You could do this and it'll work, okay? So when you're doing your weak arm, when you're doing your weak arm, you need to do just a couple more reps on that. So let's just say you go to 10 and you can't lift anymore, just do a couple more. But just know that you went to 10, okay? So when you go to the strong arm, you go to 10, right? So if your right arm can do 15 reps, then you go to your left arm and you do 3 more reps. But you always make sure that left arm, that weak arm, is doing just a little bit more work. And that's how you're ensuring that your weak arm is going to do a little bit more than your strong arm, by doing just a couple more reps per set. Guys, use those tips. They've worked for me. I'm sure they'll work for you, man. Like I said, guys, like, comment, subscribe. Let me know what you guys think. I'm on the gram, baby. I'm on Instagram, man. So y'all check it out. Let me know what's up. Leave a like my stuff. Like and left. Leave a comment, and I'll reply to you guys. Let me know what you guys think. Thank you for giving an F. Thank you for watching. I'm Albert Silva, representing Destination Kings. Later.